welcome to the Mulligan Menace. Today we are playing Mono Black Sweeping Victory. We're going to be destroying a ton of creatures, sweeping the board constantly. It's going to be a fun one. The whole idea, I built this deck around just having just a ton of sweepers in this deck. We'll go through the full deck list here. Start out with the 0 Point Ballad. This is a fun one that you just don't see get played very often. It's actually pretty strong in a deck like this because you'll be able to get a creature with this card a lot of times if your opponent's playing creatures, obviously. You destroy all their creatures, toughness X or less, and then you lose X life. If X is 6 or more, return a creature card and put that into the graveyard this way into the battlefield under your control. Card put into the graveyard this way into the battlefield under your control. This card is fantastic against like Badger Bowl Cub decks and stuff because you can play this on turn 3 and sweep out anything that has a 2-but. So this is even better than Day of Black Sun in that sense. So it actually is a really nice early play. Bitter Triumph, we got 2 of these. Able to do instant speed removal, and then you also have the ability to get rid of Planeswalkers, so that's why we have those in the deck. Strategic Betrayal, just a good way to get around hexproof for some of these spells, but also a good way to empty the graveyard. Just in case they're playing, a recursion deck of some sorts, that's our way around that. Terminus of Return and Ironcrag are just there for ramping. You want to try to get to 5 mana as fast as you can, and that's going to help you get there. Mentioned Day of Black Sun, we got 2 of those in here, just a nice all-around sweeper. And what's nice is these scale over time as well and end up becoming almost just as good as the other sweepers that you have. Withering Torment, we do have 2 of those in there. Get rid of those pesky enchantments, but it also can allow you to target creatures. It's an instant speed as well. That's critical in there. You want to have instant speed removal. We have cores in here. We have 4 of those. Helps you ramp out. Also counts as a demon for the Unholy Annex. We're trying a 1 of Darkness Crystal in here. Forecasting costs. Black spells cost 1 less, which is excellent. And then it has that awesome ability. Or so, if a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, instead exile it and you gain 2 life. And then put target creature card exiled with the Darkness Crystal onto the battlefield tapped under your control with 2 additional +1/+1 counters. So the idea, you get this down, you start sweeping the board, and you can start taking their creatures and bring them onto the board. So that's the whole idea behind the Darkness Crystal. 4 Deadly Cover-Ups, has that great ability to collect evidence as well. We also have Villainous Wrath. This thing is bonkers against anything that produces tokens on the Goblin decks, things like that. This card is fantastic about. Helps you get that extra damage in as well. Liliana, we got 2 of those in here. She works good here because not only is she kind of a sweeper, so it has that -9 ability where each opponent chooses a permanent they control of each permanent type and sacrifices the rest. You're actually going to see that in one of the games where I pretty much get to that point and they just scoop it up before they even give me a shot to do that, so it's kind of funny. But it has that ability to create a 2/2 zombie, and then when the zombie dies, you get to draw a card. You can also force people to sacrifice 2 creatures. With all the sweeps that you got, there's a good shot that they only have 2 creatures, and you can just make them sack it on the spot. We also have 2 of the Fire Lords here. Fantastic card. Destroys creatures. By the time this comes out, there's a good shot you know what kind of deck they're playing and what cards to seek out in their deck for that number 2 stage there. So it's a fantastic card to play for that. We do have 2 Virtue of Persistence. This is just an added win con with this. It counts as removal because you got the -3/-3, gives you a little life gain, but be able to cast that Virtue of Persistence for 7 allows you to pull stuff out of your opponent's graveyard and then play it yourself. So comes in very handy, especially against creature decks, obviously, in that situation. Kind of useless against any other deck other than, especially because it's a removal card. But that is an alternate win con in that. Unholy Annex, this is going to be your primary win con. You get to deal damage, you gain life, can create a 6/6 demon as well with this, and obviously works really well with Core. For the land, we have 16 swamps, we have 4 demolition fields. You're going to want to take care of those man lands. Those are going to be the ones, or any of those pesky lands. Just watch it for those man lands. That's what this is really there for. Soulstone Sanctuary, just another way to attack in, get some damage in. The nice thing is you can really kind of, especially if you're enough mana and stuff, you can destroy all their stuff and then turn this on at the end of their turn and crack in for some damage. Same thing goes for the Core. Core can crack in for some damage, so watch that for creatures. So There are creatures here to be doing damage if you can really make sure the board's empty, but obviously Annex is the main win con in this deck. It also counts as a demon if you need to turn on for Annex, which is fantastic. But that is Sweeping Victory, mono black. We're trying to get to 2,500 subs, so please subscribe to the channel. Really helps. I post daily deck videos for you, so if you want to see those, subscribe to the channel, and let's get into the gameplay. All right, opponent goes first. We do have 3 lands. We got an Annex and an Ironcrag, which is pretty good. This allows us to ramp up to the Deadly Cover-Up if we need to. Okay, green-white. Tap. Yeah, I'm starting to think we might need to ramp here. Hopefully they can't get rid of our artifact. Sure. We're going to cast something next turn. Forest. Let's get this down. We'll fix that. Core. That's pretty good. Well, we got a sweeper next turn. We're going to take 2 more damage from the Ritual Chamber. So 5, 6 damage possibly here, if not more. They could turn this in or on and take 7 damage. Then we'd be down to 9. And then we sweep. They attack us in again. Okay, that actually is not bad for us. So I can get like a Boroid. Oh, interesting. Una. Esper Origins. We'll probably cast that Una next turn if they get the land. They have a Demolition Field too, so they'll probably get rid of our Sanctuary at some point. Well, at a minimum, we gotta do a sweep here. Do another sweep and get rid of... Yeah, that's fine. I guess we don't have to sweep. 3 lands. We just let that go for a turn. We'll be able to get Una next turn, which will get their Fenrir back. Either that or they'll get their Esper. I think we just get this down, start gaining life. Feels interesting. They'll kind of shut off, you know. Alright, sorry about that. Sun came in the room. Needed money for a field trip. Alright. Bonus graveyard. Okay. We'll resolve that. Una. Alright. We're going to pull back one of their enchantments. Okay, we take 3. There. are keeping ramping, unfortunately, but that's okay. My turn. Well, that's a good one to get rid of some enchantments. Well, let's do this to sweep, and then we got enough in our... I guess it doesn't go in our bin. We can do a sweep here. We could do a strategic betrayal here just to get rid of everything. I think we will just because of this Esper. Plus it turns on Deadly Cover-Up then for the future. Oh, Liliana. A good time for you to show up. I don't know, do we go for Yuna? Probably. Okay, they got the cottage. Actually, I kind of want to go after the cottage, to be honest with you. I don't want any more of those. The Triumph's good against the cottage. Do they not have any in there, huh? What do they got in here? Origins. A couple more Yunas. We should have probably went after the Yunas now that I look at this. Ooh. Yeah. Amit. Especially if they can get it, the Overlord can put in their graveyard. Let's do this. We can get a creature. They can flash this in. Search up a creature with Formidable Speaker. We definitely should have went for. Well, this can kill Yuma when it comes into play, I suppose. This is an instant as well. So we got a couple ways to play it. Okay, they don't want to use this because they're going to sacrifice it to the speaker to get Yuma. That's another good one. One, two, three. Do they have enough for Yuma? That's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they have enough for Yuma and Formidable Speaker. We can just kill Yuma, which is awesome. They're going to pull up Yuma. Then they're going to cast it. And then they're going to have a really bad day. Oh, they didn't go for Yuma. Interesting. They're going to go after the Sozin? I suppose. They don't want us to get stuff back. Plus, it's a flying creature. What is this? 5 casting cost? We won't have... We'll have 2 mana available, which we could keep that open for the cottage. Should we just try attacking in here? And then kill off everything? See if they block. Yeah, they do. All right, that's fine. We're sweeping anyways. All right, so we can do this +5 and still leave open a Bitter Triumph. Oh no, we want to do this and get rid of the Yumas. They don't have a Yuma in their graveyard though. Yeah, we did that wrong. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, plus here. We'll be able to minus this soon, which is awesome. And turn. Strategic Betrayal. What a fun deck. Just sweeping everything. He has to start doing some damage to Liliana. Or get rid of it. If he had another Disruptive Stormbrood, he could just kill the zombie and try attacking with Cottage. Removable Speaker. I kind of hope he goes for Yuma. But Yuma ain't gonna matter much here. Violet Diviner. Okay. Bahamut. He's going to use that to get rid of it. All right. Oh, Bitter Triumph. This enchantment? Yeah, it is. We can kill that with this. Let's do this. We'll discard a card. Get rid of one of our lands. They're only at 7 here, so they're really in trouble. GG's. All right, opponent goes first in this one. We do have a little bit of removal. Kind of hard not to have removal in your opening hand with this deck. All right, so we're going to be dealing with landfall deck is my guess. No. Swamp. What are we dealing with here? Really? Obsessive Pursuit? Okay. We'll pull those. Probably get a card draw down next turn and then follow it up with a core. Rebooter. Alright, so they're playing probably the Battle Cruiser deck. Is that what's going on here? Which is easy to defeat as long as they don't make them instant speed because we can sweep it. Doesn't have green, so this isn't like a mutagen deck. They're taking damage each turn, so they're on a clock themselves. We'll get the core down to make it so they take 3 damage every turn. Between the Annex and the Pursuit. Okay. I'm okay with that. Siren. Could always kill the Obsessive Pursuit with the Torment. I think we just ramp, try to find our cards. We'd love to find a little sweeper. Okay. I mean, we kind of want to keep this up for instant speed removal eventually here. There's the card we want to remove. Okay, we gotta choose one to get rid of. Let's go for a core. Actually, Betrayal's probably the worst one here. This we can target. Yeah, we need to... Well, we can Villainous Wrath here, fortunately. We'll gain a little life here. They do get a treasure token. Maybe we do get rid of this. Either that or we just keep this up. Maybe that's our game plan. We just keep this up for instant speed removal. We can Virtue right here. Yeah, we'll keep this up for instant speed removal for the Rottenmold Viper. Alright, that's not the worst. I mean, the only thing I don't like about that is it makes our one removal worse. Let's do this just to preserve our life total. And I'm fine with them using Obsessive Pursuit. That just gives us another ping of damage every turn. We can get another one of these down and still have Torment up. In fact, I'm fine with that dropping and me sacrificing a card out of our hand. Because then I can actually Rise the Sozin. Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's pretty good. The Sanctuary. Drop one of these. That puts him on a 2-turn clock. I'll hold this up. No need to even turn these on to attack in. Okay, they flash this. That's a pretty good card. He does have 2 treasures, so he has 4. He's sitting on 4 mana. So he can put some spells. Counter target. Ooh, counter target non-creature spell. He can kind of go off here. I guess for countering, but it doesn't matter that much considering he's taking 4 damage here. Oh, we can kind of force them next turn. It won't actually kill them. Let's see what they do here. We have 2 removals in our hand and a sweeper. He can counter all of them by putting counters on her. But she has to keep a lot of land open to do that because he'd have to do 6. So he has 1. 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. Doing a tap out. We'll discard a card. So he has to sacrifice to get a token and then counter. Okay, he's probably going to cast a Rottenmouth. He doesn't. All right. I don't know if I even want to do that. I guess we'll just turn on a chamber, because we got the mana and then we still have another blocker even if they remove this. Okay. They'll take 4. And then they'll take 1 on their turn. What do you got? GG's. All right, we go first. Let's keep it. Got 3. We also got our Unholy Annex, which is awesome. Getting that early card draw. What are we gonna push here? Probably just a land, right? Take a little damage from him. What else do they got going on? We're still 2 turns away from doing a sweep. Maybe even the lower cost stuff. So we can do a Day of Black Sun just at least to get rid of the Inquisitor. But given the fact he didn't cast anything else on turn 2, that means he's probably got a turn 3 play, maybe? Which makes this even worse. But we're going to Day of the Black Sun probably into a Deadly Cover-Up. We'll be taking 4 here. Possibly more, depending on what they're playing. It's on Zenith. I'm okay with them going wide. That's going to force them to cast more. Demolition's pretty good for that as well. I'm gonna do this just to get rid of the 1 creature. And it feels bad. 2 damage. To save 2 damage, is it worth it? I want to keep this around. I guess this invites them to cast more things. Saves us 2 damage as well. Core would have been better that turn. You can just attack in for 5 damage if you wanted to. Shelter. Shelter's interesting. Doesn't matter to us, but it's interesting. That's fine. Bitter I like. Because they're probably going to have an Elspeth coming up here. We can Bay of the Black Sun and it works. Get our Card drawback, we take 2 damage. Actually, we won't take 2 damage because that's that's locked, so we destroy it before we unlock it. Alright. Get that down. We'll probably end up Demolition Field, depending on what they cast here. Yeah, we're gonna have to kill this first, probably with a Virtue, before we do another sweep. Okay. Probably do this and just pay 3 for it. Either that or we can do this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then sweep next turn if we wanted to. And then we also can grab shelters. Could also cast that, but I think this is probably the play. Actually, exercise, they probably are running more shelters than exercises. So split up and smite. Okay, we do not care about either of those. How many exercises do they have? 3 more or 2 more? GG's. All right, opponent goes first in this one. This one is not a great hand. We don't have any black mana. We're gonna mulligan that. Much better hand. This is going to be kind of interesting with the Darkness Crystal. I kind of want to play that, so we're going to keep this hand. I think we might just pitch the core. This is a little rougher. I mean, it's really not a great hand, but we need to get up to 5 mana. So we go 1, 2, 3 on turn 2. 4, and we're probably going to draw. Either that or we play that and then get to 5 that way. We want to have removal. Let's just do core, I guess. Just core is probably the pick over the crystal, but we're going to try the crystal. Blue mana. We'll blow through some of their counters if they got them. Okay, we're playing the Jeskai deck. This one might be a little tougher matchup here because they're not really a creature deck. Gonna counter it. It's really not noteworthy card for anything. That's fine. I'm going to Demolition Field the Verge here at the end of their turn. I just want to keep them honest, see if they have white mana. They do. I guess we can try the same thing for the red, but they have to definitely have that, right? Also thins out our deck too. Okay. He does that on his turn, which is interesting. See if we keep them honest on red too. Oh, nice. Oh, they had another red source. Seam rip. That's fine. We're not going to attack in because we want to cast Virtue. Not that it matters that much. I think we're just going to get a counter out of it, but I'm okay with that. Oh, they got a bunch of red. They have no more basic lands in their deck. Blue, white, blue, red. Blue is probably the one we want to remove the most. Punish them. Could have tapped differently. Could have attacked in. That's okay. 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 Yep. I think we just save that for something. See if they counter this. They don't. I was gonna say it might be worth it because we can cast that next turn. See if they kill this thing. They do. Well, we're going to try this next turn, because even if it ends up in our graveyard, we'll be able to hit their yard. They have no more lies. Oh, that goes there, unfortunately. Oh, let's hope we draw like a Liliana. I guess they have 2 mana here. I guess we just try attacking in. I'll probably kill this thing too. There they go. I took care of 2 of their lands. They took care of 2 of mine, right? Technically, I think. Yeah, there was only 2 for this one. We didn't find any of our annexes yet, which is insane. How that happens, I don't know. We'd love to get to the point where we have enough mana to double cast, so 10 mana would be fantastic. Okay, we can keep drawing, that's fine. Alright, we're 1 off of what we're trying to do here. Even better if we can get to 11 mana so we can cast the Fire Lord on the same turn that we do one of these other ones, so they'll probably counter the first one and the Fire Lord can get through. Day of the Black Sun. And kind of force our hand next turn, I think. Core's interesting. We'll try dropping 4. Alright. That's the turn. Alright. We need to discard. We'll discard that so we can Day of the Black Sun and Deadly Cover-Up and get rid of this guy, Revelation. Yeah, they're just trying to pump these up right now. That go through. Get the core out. Counter that. No more lies that. Okay. Wish I wouldn't have attacked in with our land lands at this point. Down to 22 cards. That's something to note. Helix us. North Avatar. Okay, we need to get one more land here to kind of give us a little shelter. We do the Villainous Wrath first. We know they got a counter, but we just question is what kind of counter they got. Yeah, we really needed to get that 11th mana. So the question is, do they have more no more lives? So we're gonna try, right? Ew. GG's. Alright, opponent goes first. We do have a little bit of ramp here. The little remover got a sweeper. I'm digging this hand. 3 land to start. Even got the terminus. All right. Might be a little aggressive. Well, I guess strategic betrayal might be our next card, pending. Okay, we take 2. What's he got? Aerialist. I guess we'll do this. Kill that. Betrayal might work next turn for us. We're just trying to save our life total until we get our sweeper. Imperial armor. Oh, they had another creature. Okay. Terminus, and then I think we still use it. They could shelter. Shelter's probably about the worst thing they could do to us this turn. Oh, Seam Rip's not great either. Okay, we take 4. Ooh, 0-point ballad. Don't have enough for it. Next. I do like that we have another sweeper, because we're going to go after the sweeper this turn, obviously. Take 1. Do like that we got another sweeper in hand, though. Not sure why he did that. Core down. We could even cast Virtue next turn. We do have Withering up available if we wanted to use it. I think we'll save that, though. Especially if they try to shelter our Virtue. Picked the wrong thing, but that's fine. I was going to do them both anyways. It's weird. Every once in a while when I pull it, it just auto-selects like that. We'll leave up the mana to block. Is it going to block there? I mean, sure. We could have just killed that, I guess. They have to hold it back, right? That's fine. We have the removal here, just in case. I mean, they can always give it hexproof. They've already burned 2 of them, though. So interesting. You do 1, 2, 3, 4, and it only leaves up 2. Or we could just try killing it. I think we got a block, right? We could even Day of Black Sun. That gets rid of that. Do that. And then fire that up. Back in. GG's. Alright, opponent goes first here. We do have 2 lands and ramps, so we'll keep this. As well as Annex. We're gonna get our Terminus down. Man, got the mirror match going on here. Well, this is kind of humorous, right? We found our core. We get a land, we can core and annex. This is ridiculous. So they can core and annex. Oh, they don't have another annex. Okay. Let's get a land. Dang it. We just gotta do that. We can get our second, or we can get a core and annexed here. Okay, that's fine. We can strategic betrayal that and annex next turn. Then we'll start outpacing them. We're gonna have to discard here, aren't we? 0 point. Suppose we could do Villainous Wrath if we want to try fueling up Deadly Cover Up. Let's do that. We'll do Villainous Wrath. We can Deadly Cover Up and find the rest of their annexes. I guess we can't unless it's in their bin. Well, we can hope we can find our enchantment removal. Let's do that. We have a sweeper as a backup anyways. Okay, good to know we need to keep up the Bitter Triumph here. He's going to demolition our sanctuary. Look what we found, though. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3. That gives us 2 mana. We need 3 for this and 2 for this. I think we just got to keep it all up. Next turn, next. I guess we can destroy their enchantment now. Does that change anything for us? Because they did that during our main phase. The 3 mana, or it actually does change. We can get a core down now. Unfortunately, we can't get the deadly cover up, but we can get a core. I want to leave the land open. Not that it really matters. So we're going to deadly cover up for their annexes. Dang it! They did that on purpose. Oh. I think that's their win con. Deadly Betrayal. I mean, we can go after their deadly cover-ups. Maybe that's the thing. We'll get to see their deck, their hand. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Unstoppable Slasher. Hull Carver. I mean, they got creatures, Tiny Bones. These annexes are annoying, though. Okay. Let's see here. Guess we just pass the turn. They take 4. Sorry for all the noises. It's always the double Unholy Annex that makes that noise all the time. We have to get rid of maybe a Black Sun. Virtual Persistence, so that would actually be fun to cast. We'll get rid of those 2. We can always do the Bitter Triumph to kill their core if they try attacking in with it. They didn't. We're at 20. Alright, GG's. Alright, 1 mana is not going to do it. This would have been a fantastic hand otherwise. It's a shame. Mulligan. Alright, we got 2 lands. Not as good of a hand, but I'll take it. Probably keep one of these. As much as I would like to keep Triumph, I think Strategic is probably just a better play. Because we can cast that like turn 2 or 3. Not a good matchup. They already have a counter up. Don't want them to counter the Annex. Just such a bad feel to this. They're hitting all their land drops. Jeskai. We'll try to push that out. 2 steps ahead. That tells me they're probably sitting on the white-blue. So if we get 1 more land, I'll try the Unholy Annex. Oh, we need a land. If we get a land here, we have a shot. Otherwise, we do not. Because we're not going to get another shot at getting the Annex down. Yep, pay that. They can still get rid of it, and they can bounce it, but this is our shot, right? hold this up for any man lands. And we might as well just do this. What's the harm, right? We're not holding up anything. Okay. That actually was a good thing for us. Do a little damage, gain a little life. No man lands. Just got Revelation, okay. Is there any way to cast this? I need 3 more in the bin. Oh, that would be so nice to go after that Jeskai Revelation. Well, I think we Villainous here. That is such a shame that we couldn't have gone after that when they were all tapped out. And then they got another one. What do they got? 1 untapped here? Okay. Okay, well, we'll deadly cover up now. So we'll have 3 mana available if they drop a land here. Oh, yes. Deadly cover up. Go after their Jeskais. And 1 more in hand, too. No more in the library. So they have an Ultima. And then what else? Rest in Peace, Negates. What do they have to win? Manlands? Restless Anchorages? Did we just take care of their deck? Stock up, Pinnacle, Day of Judgment. Yeah! Restless Anchorages are the last thing we got to worry about. And they don't have any destruction lands, right? No? Alright. We just need to find our lands. Well, that's really good. Yeah, we can get this down. Oh, I just noticed their hand. Shoot. Well, we'll get multiple things down in case they're going to drop the River Regent. Okay, they snared that. So the River Regent's good. Okay, Demolition Field's good. Obviously, the River Regent we're just going to kill with Betrayal or... They can get that back in their deck. Rest in peace, okay. So it is these 2 cards we're worried about. We can just go after the Anchorage right now. Alright. This thing is going to kill us, though. That's part of the problem. We need to turn this on. We did that on their turn. Okay. We're trying to find their other Anchorage, I think. They need to cast a creature is what they really should do. They're not going to bounce this because it's going to end up killing us. Seam Rip can get the Iron Crag. We're at 28. We're at 38. Maybe we just kill this. And then we got this we got to take care of. We can sweep. I mean, this is the only thing we're really worried about because of the flash. Because we got multiple sweepers. See if they do anything. This feels weird to kill our own. I just made a mistake. They're going to flash in their creature, aren't they? They didn't. Thank God. We really need instant speed. There it is. Okay. I'm feeling better now. Okay. They've got to have gone through quite a bit of their deck. We're set up for when they cast their next land, right? Another Sanctuary might not be that bad. Just discarding. So they did flash it in. Does have Ward 4. We can try to pump this up and block. So this is what, 4 to do this. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 left. 5, 6, 7, 8 left. 2, okay, 6 to do that. We're gonna probably try to shut this off. Shoot. I think we just let that resolve and then we can kill it next turn. But he can still flash in, right? Shoot. They figured it out. GG's. So close. Alright. Sweeping Victory. Fun deck. Really great to just constantly get rid of everything your opponent has for creatures. Obviously, against blue decks, this is a tough go. I was almost able to beat some of those matchups, but man, that was a rough one on the last one. I could have prioritized, especially if I was watching what was in their hand a little better, I could have prioritized instant speed removal and kind of held off a little bit more, especially with the life that I was doing. I didn't draw many annexes. I could have, maybe I could have done that a little differently for gaining life too. Yeah, it was a tough matchup for the blue, but man, against creature decks, this thing was nuts. Really enjoyed it. Fun deck all in all. Is it going to win any tournaments? No. But man, it can hold its own on the ladder, and it's a fun one to play. So give her a whirl. If you could also hit that subscribe button below, trying to get to 2,500 subs. Really appreciate it. Post daily deck videos, and have a fantastic day.